Is this douchey when I wear two of these things? Is it? Because it's ostentatious for you guys, right? But generally, is it douchey? Raise your hands. If I have an Apple Watch and another watch. Oh, Jesus. Well, the problem is I can't read the time on this actively. I have to tap it. So if I wanted to tell the time, I'd have to look at this. But yeah, it's douchey. Who do you guys hate? You guys hate the Denmark, right? Is that right? The Danes. You guys don't like Denmark. That was the thing? Because I learned this last time. All right, good. You don't like Denmark. Escaping the black hole. I'm not talking about you guys specifically. I'm talking about Denmark. This is all my information. That was when I had less H. You can download my head right here. These are all my books. I think that's a free book. You can have that. What is this about? Oh, okay. So, all right. So how many founders do we have here? Are we all founders? Everybody's founders, right? You paid lots of money to get here, too. And they all got in for free? A little bit? All right. So what I have here this is how to do pitches. And I've been doing pitches recently for my own personal reasons. And it's awful. It's the worst thing in the world. And I never understood it because I was a journalist for a long time. Now that I'm actually having to do pitches, it's a little bit more complex than I thought it was. So this is all about that. So there are multiple types of founders out there. We're assuming that you're a founder, and we're assuming there are a number of types of founders. There's connectors, and these are the Valley guys. These are the guys who seem always in the know. They're always on TechCrunch. They're always all over the place. And next up, we have the strivers. Let's see if this works. There we go. The strivers. And then there's everybody else, right? So the connectors primarily have friends in the Valley. They're the guys that you see get like 20 million just because they showed up somewhere. And Klinkle, for example. And they work smarter, not harder. They have a lot of ideas. They're all ridiculous. And they get lots of funding. Now, the primary issue with SF is that those people are actually not human. Their Soylent was actually a byproduct of their production. And they're born in these vats. It's very similar to that thing. So they come out of there with no navels, and then they do their crazy stuff. And we all look at it, and it's just insane. So as normal human beings, we don't understand what they're doing over there. That's why it's so confounding why most of these companies actually get funded, like Klinkle. And so that's the problem with SF. And these guys are always showing up. They're funding all day long. They got 40 million, they got 50 million, they got 70 million. And that's what they do. They're connectors. They essentially play a game. And the game is talk to Ohm, really. Immediately, and you get money. Then you have strivers. They won't stop networking. Networking, by the way, is one letter away from not working. It's important. It's an important distinction. When you come to these things, you're not actually working, and you're not getting stuff done. So, but you should keep coming because Bala needs a new boat. They don't pay designers, they don't pay developers, they don't pay anybody because you're expected to work for equity, you're expected to work with them on this grand vision of the future, which is probably Uber for, I don't know, veterinary visits or something. And they're essentially running in place. This is my favorite GIF right here. This is one of the tools of the trade. This allows you to hold your business card in one hand and shake other people's hands, and then immediately turn. It allows you to turn quickly away from the person who isn't interesting to you and who is useless to you as a I guess, a networker. And they're really good at the theater of entrepreneurship. And I see a lot of this stuff. A lot of events all over the world. Everybody's trying to recreate their own pitch-offs and things. And that's perfectly fine. I think that's a great thing to do. That's a lot of fun because it allows you to pitch and get the word out in an environment that's very conducive to that, that's very friendly to that. And you learn how to do it here, and then you go do it on Disrupt Stage. Then you go learn to do it on Ohm, the Giga Ohm. Do they still have events, or is that gone? Dude. Don't go to Recode. Those guys suck. But there's other events out there. I don't even know what other events there are. Just us. They basically train you. It's a master's class in learning how to be a good pitcher. Finally, there's everybody else. It's you guys. You guys here in Iceland. It's hard to find funding. It's hard to get the word out. It's hard to have people pay attention to you. And you are the most likely to succeed because you're building something specific to your own audience here, or you're building something that you think that the world needs. Whereas SF is literally thinking about ways to be able to defecate into a bucket and have someone pick that bucket up for them and take it away from their home. Uber for feces. That's literally what they're working on. There's somebody there who has $40 million to do that right now, and it's funded. You guys are doing something that's important. And look at all this stuff. There's all kinds of raises, Series A, Series B, and it happens every single day. And it's small numbers. It's 500,000. It's $1 million. It's 25,000 if you're students fresh out of college and you just basically need ramen and a AWS server. And I think there's someone out there for you. This is a romantic. These guys are in love. There's someone out there for you. That's what I'm trying to tell you here. And there are plenty of fish in the sea. See, this has zero bearing on your lives, but this is these are all the things. I should probably update this. There's Boston, they had 42 seed rounds, 25 Series A. San Francisco had 300, 114 Series A. This was last year. Madison, Wisconsin had 5 seed rounds and 3 Series A. Madison, Wisconsin, which is smaller than Iceland. And this, if you want to be sure of getting funded, this is the place to go because this is the most money you could ever get. There's one investment in Orem, Utah, where you could go. So therefore, if there's one investment, 125 million, you guys are guaranteed at least half of that when you guys go there, right? Is that how that works? Like statistically, that's how. So like 75, whatever. You divide that by 2, which is a big number, and so you could go there and you'd be the second investment and you would get half of that. That's how this works. I don't have a business background specifically, but it's entirely feasible. It's entirely feasible that that's what would happen. I don't even know where the hell this is. This is like by a woods or something. Oh, that's better. Is that better? Can you hear me better? Oh, that's nice. Dankeschön. I can hear myself now. Ways ahead. How to solve this problem. There's friends and family and fools. There's AngelList. There's incubators. A word about incubators and accelerators. Unless you're thinking about an incubator elsewhere, primarily in SF or New York or somewhere, remember what incubators are specifically designed to do. Specifically, they're designed to kill chickens. The chickens are born, and they are sexed. They decide which one is which, and then they're turned into pink slime for chicken McNuggets if they're male. So therefore, you avoid the accelerators. Maybe there's an amazing one here. Maybe there's one in this room right now. You avoid the accelerators that are local, and you go for the bigger ones, all right? At least you know that you're going to be in with really nice chickens and really friendly chickens who are going to be able to help you up until your eventual death and destruction. Just watch out. I used to have a gif of these guys going down the thing, and these poor bastards literally get pulped if they're male or something like that. It's horrible, but they're delicious. So here's escaping the black hole. Here's how to escape. This is my patented, how many steps? Multiple step process of how to get noticed. Here's some red flags. Poorly written pitches. I've done this myself, and my co-founders actually noted that I was kind of a jerk when I did this. I would just write stuff and like, hey, look at this cool thing, spelling cool with a K or whatever. That doesn't work. I learned this pretty quickly. Then you have surly founders. I'm surly naturally because I never get any sleep, and I drink too much. But that said, don't be surly. You have ideas that are poorly executed. Once there was this company, and these guys are going to find me and they're going to kill me. There was this company called Night Privy. Now, Privy is a toilet, right? And it wasn't a toilet for the night. It was basically a bottle service app that you were supposed to press a button and you were supposed to auction off bottle service. So they'll bring you a bottle of vodka. But these guys set up a website called Night Privy. And I told them, the website is called Night Privy. It's about toilets. And they said, no, this is going to be amazing. And I don't believe it was amazing. I don't think they pulled it off. But God bless them. And then say Midas. If you're the third Uber clone that's out there, you're probably not going to be the clone that kills Uber. Here's a nice story. We had a guy who emailed me once. He said, what did he say? Oh, he wanted to tell me about something. And the news came out, and I asked him about it a little bit. And I said, hey, what's this project you guys are working on? He replies back to his co-founders, and he CCs me. And he says, I don't trust John Biggs. I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything for us. I don't think we should talk to him. And I got that email. So, I mean, it's true. I would have stolen his idea and run away with it. And then taken his girlie like I took his bike. But I think, in general, I would have been a kind and gentle lover, and I would have been able to explain to him how we can go forward with some coverage and we can make it good. But instead, he was a jerk. And now he's cleared it up. These guys are on a spectrum of some sort. And they're also really tired. That's what we all are. And that's one of the problems. So get some sleep, I guess. Okay, it's a 3-step plan. I'm sorry. It's a 3-step plan. This is a good one. You're going to like this. So the 3-step plan is polish, not Polish. Write your story and find out who to tell it to. It's very similar to the Charmaine. That's right. It's very similar to hers. So we can feasibly just quit right now and just do questions. And then you have a bonus step of this one. This is repeat. And you repeat this every day until you're exhausted and you're sad. And it looks like it's going to, and it looks like the worst thing in the world to do this again and again and again. But eventually you're going to make it. So the first one, polish, not Polish. Make sure your pitch is amazing. One of the tricks that I see is pitches that are kind of half-assed, and guys who come up and they think they've done it before. They've done corporate presentations before, and they don't know that this is an entirely different sort of presentation. Then you write your story. You write multiple stories. You're always going to have on hand a number of things. You're going to have your deck available. You're going to have it in like a one thing. You're going to have one of those like shortcuts on your iPhone. You type in like deck, and all of a sudden your whole link will show up. Your executive summary, which is, 60 seconds max. Your 90-second pitch, which is essentially a condensed version of your entire pitch. And you need to convince people with that 90-second pitch that you're interesting and that they want to listen to you. Then you have your longer tail, which is the tail that you wait for a boardroom to do. For a while, what we were doing with my co-founders, because I figured I'm John Biggs, I can do whatever the hell I want. We did like a pass the mic kind of Beastie Boys kind of situation, where we had like that do like that whistle, that penny whistle noise in the background, and we'd pitch together. What's this? I gotta go? What, I'm done? Well, just explain what a damn yellow card is. I thought I got a foul. So we got is that 5 minutes? Is that 20 minutes? What is it? Explain. 5 minutes, fine. Just hold up a sign that says 5. Yellow card. This is Denmark? Well, I'm sorry. Well, I better hurry up. So I just keep going. You could also have a business plan if you're approaching investors at Westinghouse circa 1975. Business plans are useful for defining your own ideas and your own goals, but they're not very useful in sending pitches. And if you send a business plan, people will think that you're really crazy. Trust me. And then find out who to tell it to. Finding out who to tell it to is important because you need to find the person who is specifically interested in your idea. And that person is going to be somebody who's really close to you and who you know at the very beginning. That's where your first money is going to come from. It's going to be somebody who trusts you with a crazy idea. Then, once that crazy person trusts you, then you have social proof, which convinces other crazy people to invest in you. And it's a domino effect, and you turn into Klinkle, and you're successful. Wait, no, the other way. You're not successful. But you should be successful because you're you. Avoid the local news unless you have really something special and local. Like that book thing is nice for local. Everybody loves kids' books. Avoid non-decision-making VCs. We've done a lot of talks. We've spoken to a lot of non-decision-making VCs. Maybe it's not their area. Maybe it's not their speciality. Maybe they don't have a lot of pull in the organization. It's fun to talk to them, but it's kind of useless. Avoid rich friends. Don't avoid rich friends unless if they're looking to invest, then you don't avoid them. But don't talk to the crazy guy who has a club or whatever. And don't talk to the guys who are going to break your legs. Essentially, that's what I'm trying to say here. The guy, if the guy who owns a club and he has a brothel and a plane, that's the guy you avoid, because eventually you're going to be outside of that plane. He's going to be asking you, "Where's my money?" And he's going to push you out, and you're going to fall into the whales. And the whales are going to keep you and take care of you, and make you one of their own, on a small island off of the coast of Iceland. And don't corner me at a bar or urinal. What usually happens is I usually end up somewhere like back here in a corner, like stuck, and then I get a line of people. And what I've been doing recently is I've had this horrible look on my face, like I don't want to talk to anybody, and that usually works. So it's worked. And then don't talk to me at a urinal. I'll talk to you, but that's for an entirely different reason. Then you just keep doing this over and over and over again. Now, I'm a big fan of Star Trek, so I just decided to put this guy up. And these are some of the things that he's such a dork. I do this all over the world, and there's always some jerk in the guy. Excuse me, that's not original canon Star Trek. I don't recall that one from season 3. What's my card situation, Bala? Am I on red? I'm on red? I gotta go. All right, mere existence of triumph, go you. That's moving. It's nothing personal when they don't invest in you. It's nothing personal. Remember, they don't have navels, especially in SF, and they don't have rectums. So they don't understand what humans go through in terms of rejection because they don't feel it. They don't feel human emotion. Bonus tips, the final tips. Fire all your engines, replace your engineering crew. Fire all your engines means quit your job and basically do this full time. Because what might be happening is that you're not focusing enough on your startup and it's not getting enough traction for some reason. You replace your engineering crew, which means get rid of your entire technical team and get a new one. Or you abandon ship, very similar to this one, and just run away and go back to Citibank and enjoy your life. Because startups suck. And with that, I guess, am I done? Can I go? All right, good. Thank you.
You're a funny man. So yeah, this is new. The